got a little festive in the locker room there. Guys were very excited. My thoughts honestly were just wow. I thought it was a pretty incredible basketball game to be a part of, and it says a lot. Probably the biggest thing is I thought it said a lot about the resiliency of our guys and the way they were just able to continue to battle, and you certainly expect that from cadets at West Point and the type of people that they are. But we've been in this situation before, and we got the first half was pretty reminiscent of our game out at Air Force. And I thought we responded in the second half at Air Force, but certainly not like this. I don't think we believed we could win. I thought the last 2 minutes of the first half were really crucial, just to give our guys a little bit of confidence, going into the locker room. I thought we had a couple possessions with our press where, we made some things happen. We got a few deflections. I thought that gave our guys a little bit of confidence that, we could get after them some in the full court. And I really thought that was able to change the pace of the game. And I give Navy a ton of credit. I mean, they came out, and just, I don't think we were anywhere near as ready from a physicality standpoint to handle how they were playing and really, how the game was called, I think, in that first half. And, and we didn't respond. And, they were really, really aggressive. They were physical. And they made it hard for us to get shots. And I don't think we responded on the defensive end the same way, with the same kind of aggressiveness, the same kind of physicality. And I thought they were pretty comfortable there for a stretch. And it really took us a while to get adjusted to that.
You guys were saying that the press is something you guys have added a little bit more this year. Was it, I guess, about 4 or 5 minutes left in the first half, was like, got nothing to lose, let's just try this and see what?
Well, we've done it on dead balls and free throws. We don't typically do it after makes. Now, we also didn't score, so it's hard to get into the press if you don't make any baskets. But I thought we got into those baskets. And, one of the things and one of the reasons we've kind of gone back to a little bit more full court pressure at times is I think the strength of our team is its depth. And we haven't been anywhere near as deep in the last few years. We used to press quite a bit. We were a lot deeper then, and then we went through a stretch where we didn't feel like we had the depth to really press like we can right now. And I think we've got terrific depth in this team and this program. And you saw a lot of guys come off the bench and really give us a lift at different times. And I thought that was really able to change the tempo of the game and give our guys some confidence. I thought we were much more aggressive, obviously in the second half.
It was a 2-1-2 trap, right?
We were just playing man and running and jumping, we try to mix up some things. Can't give away all our secrets.
Okay.
Coach, down in the second half, you went 8 out of 11 on 3-point shots. Chris Mann had a couple to get you close and gave you the lead, 62-60 with a 3. What about your shooting? What does it take to get the team to shoot better?
We need to get open shots, and honestly, I mean, Navy's defense in the first half really kept us from getting any kind of rhythm. I thought they were able to just really keep us from getting the ball moving, getting any kind of flow. And I thought one of the reasons that we were able to get some open looks was we were able to get the game playing in transition a little bit. We got some turnovers, we got some steals, but I thought we also got some stops. And now the game started to go up and down a little bit more. And I mean, I think our defense was just so key in what changed this game. And that allowed us to get some open looks in transition. It allowed us to get the game played at a different pace.
The coach had 11 steals. Josh Caldwell had 6. And of course, Chris Mann made the steal at the very end to get the ball to Jalen to give you the 74-73 lead.
Yeah, I mean, Josh Caldwell, I couldn't be prouder of Josh because I'm not sure that, you guys watched the game. That was a frustrating game for Josh. I mean, he turned the ball over, a couple of times where he just lost the ball. He missed some shots around the rim. I mean, he just couldn't get going. He got shots blocked, and so many players will let that affect the other parts of their game. And you look at the stat sheet and you see like Josh kept playing and he kept affecting the game in other ways besides just being able to score the basketball. And I give him a ton of credit. And you mentioned Chris Mann. Chris, I mean, that was a monster game from Chris, and he's just continued to improve and work really hard. He's a capable shooter who, needs to make a couple to get some confidence. And I'm hopeful that, he should have some confidence after today because he made some really big shots.
Coach, how does it feel just to win this game in the rivalry?
Amazing. I mean, there's so much goes into this, and I mean, when you're at a place like Army, you're at a place like Navy, it's all everybody talks about. It's all they talk about all the time. So much is put into it. Our guys feel it. Our coaches feel it. And the bottom line is it's a basketball game, and you have to do things that win basketball games. And when we try and focus on that as much as possible, but in an atmosphere like this, in a situation like this, for our guys to respond and be able to make plays and make free throws and do things that you have to do to win a game, I'm really, really proud of these guys.
You had a strong second half against American the other night and one today. What does it take to become consistent during the game?
I mean, it's part of basketball. Basketball is, it's a rhythm game. It's a flow game. People do things, all coaches watch film and all coaches make adjustments and all coaches do things to try and take away the strengths, of other teams. And so much of, I think, the game is everybody thinks it's you go in the locker room and you make all these adjustments in the locker room and then you come out and you execute. Like, you have to practice a lot of different things, and be able to adjust on the fly, and that's not easy to do, I mean, the coaches in this league are as good as any place in the country. The kids in this league are incredibly smart, and what we talked about really was just, you got to win individual battles out there a lot, and I thought Navy really took it to us in the first half of that basketball game, and I thought we were able to just adjust to the physicality of the game, like the other night. I thought we were able to adjust to some of the things that American was doing defensively. So what you got to be able to do is just put yourself in a position to win those games, and you do that with defense, you do that with rebounding, you do that with trying to not beat yourself, and sometimes you do beat yourself, but.
How does this help you build for the rest of the season? Okay.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think is probably the most exciting thing about this. And I mean, it's easy to say because we won the basketball game, but had we lost this basketball game, there was certainly our team showed a ton of resiliency and a ton of toughness to be able to come back and have a chance to win the game a couple times. And that to me is the most exciting thing about where we are right now is I think we've got a really young basketball team, and we're one of the youngest teams in the country in a year where there's a lot of teams that have 6-year seniors, and so that's the most exciting thing, because I think our ceiling, I think we have a lot of room to grow.
All right, thanks, guys. Thanks,
Thanks.
Jimmy. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.